Hi all, welcome to eCampus tutorial. To create a quiz for your class, first go to your intended class. So once you have reached your intended class, go to add an activity or resource under your intended week and scroll down to quiz and click add quiz. So name the quiz, for example quiz 1, and put a bit of a description here. And make sure to display the description on the page. Scroll down a bit, you can see a lot of things that you can edit with your quiz. First is the timing, so you can set the time for the quiz to be available to be accessed by the students. Can be 1 hour, can be 1 day, can be a week. So you simply go to enable button here and set your preferred date and time. For grading, you can just let it be default. For layout, you can decide whether to have a page for every question, or you can also have 2 questions in a page or all questions on one page. For questions behavior, you can have the questions to be shuffled to avoid students copying the answers of other students. But the issue here is that is the numbering of the questions. For example, question number 4 can be in the place for question number 1, and question number 2 can be at the place of question number 3. Review options, this is very important. Whether or not you want your students to be able to see their answers, whether they answered the question correctly or not. So what you have to do here, if you take a look at here, immediately after the attempt, so that means students will be able to see their marks, the correct answers, immediately after they have answered the quiz. Later, while the quiz is still open, and last one is after the quiz is closed. So to be safe, perhaps you can just simply click on decide, so that you can decide whether when the students can see their marks after you have make sure the marks are all correct. So unclick all here, so that they won't be able to see their marks while they are doing the quiz. And after the quiz is closed, then you can decide to disclose their marks. Appearance, let us just be default. Restrictions, no need to have restrictions. If the quiz is for that particular class, then no need to have restrictions. And the rest, I think you can just simply let it be default and save and return to course. So once you have created the home for your questions, so the one that we did just now was creating the home for the quiz questions. So now is the time to create the questions. To create the questions for the quiz, what you have to do is first you go to the quiz, to the home, and you go to edit quiz. Here, if you can see the add button here, so you click on add and add a new question. So there is a box popping up here, and then you can select which type of question that you would like to use for the quiz. So let us just try multiple choice. So click on multiple choice and click add. So here you'll have to write the questions. First, give the name for the question. So it is best to put it in number. For example, question 1, and what is the question? So that is the question, and this is a multiple choice question, so you'll have to create the answers for the question. And you can also decide on the marks that you want to give for this question, which is up to you. So the choices, the answer choices, number 1, maybe walk. Number 2, so for the correct answer, so this is the correct answer, you'll have to make sure that you make it as 100%. So if student answers choice number 2, which is health walk, they'll get the answer as correct because it is marked as 100%. So scroll down, you can have as many choices as you wish, and for multiple tries here, put it as 100% as well. So that means if they answer the question incorrectly, it will be a false answer. So scroll down and save changes. So there you have your first question. Then to add more questions, you simply go to the add button here, add a new question, and let us try true and false. So name the question, question 2. So you create the question text here. So that is the question, and remember this is true and false. You can also adjust the marking here and scroll down a bit. So you see the correct answer here. If the answer is true, then you go to true. If it is false, then false. And scroll down multiple tries. So penalty for each incorrect try. So that means if they answer it wrongly, they'll get no mark for it. So let it be default and save changes. So there you have your question number 2. To add more questions, just simply click add here and add a new question. Let us try matching. So name the question, question 3. So you have to put your instruction here. This is a matching question. Match the followings. And you can decide on the marking. You can also decide whether or not to shuffle the answers, so that it will be hard for the students to copy the answers of their colleagues. If let's say they are doing the quiz in class and they have to sit next to each other. So the answers, so this is a matching question. you'll have to put the question and the correct answer. For example, walk is a past tense. There you go. Multiple tries. Penalty for each incorrect try. Make it 100% because you only want to have one correct answer. And save changes. So there you go, you have your question number 3, and let us try a last question. And let us try short answer. So question number 4. So you create the question text here. So that is the question, and you'll have to put the answer, which is has been walking. So case sensitivity, that means if the students they use capital letter or lowercase, it will not affect the marking. So if you make it sensitive, the chances of students getting the answers wrong is higher, because even if they miss, let's say a comma or a full stop, then it will affect the possibility of them getting their answers correct. So let us just simply scroll down and save changes. So you have to remember to put the grade here, make it 100% correct. You can also put other possible answers here, in which if the students they spell it in a different way, or they put in any other possible answers, the answers can also be marked as correct. Save changes. So now we have 4 questions, and what we can do here, so we have 4 marks, and then the maximum grade is also 4. So we add up all the marks here, and then we have 4 marks, so the maximum marks is 4 marks. So now you can go back to your quiz, go back to the main page of your class and click on quiz. So now that your quiz is ready, you can go and click preview quiz now. So see, you have your questions here. So just now we set 1 page 1 question, so that is why here you have 1 page 1 question. You can also have all questions in 1 page. So let us try to answer this question. So once your students have started to answer the quiz, you will not be able to change the questions or to edit the quiz. So that is one thing that you need to remember. So students will submit all and finish. If they finish all the questions, so once the students have submitted the quiz, you can check their quiz by going to the quiz link in your class. So as a teacher, you'll have another button here to view your students' quizzes, your students' answers. So if you like to edit the quiz, you can just simply go to question bank. Here you can see the questions that you have created, and you can simply go to this symbol here and edit the question. But of course, not after the students have started answering the questions. So to import the quiz to your other classes, you don't have to create another similar quiz for your other classes. You can just simply go to import button here and import the quiz questions to your other classes. So that's all on how to create a quiz. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.